Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the previous videos we understood what RAG is and how it works conceptually. Now it's time to build our own RAG application completely from scratch. So in this project we will create an AI application that reads a PDF, stores its knowledge inside a vector database and then answer question using an LLM. So before we import all the required libraries, we write the code. Let's first set up our system. We'll create a project folder and then we'll install all the required libraries. And once setup is ready, we will write the code and we will try to understand each and every line of code. Even if you are beginner, you will be able to understand it very easily. So just stay with me. So let's get started. First of all, make sure your system has Python 3 installed because our entire project is written in Python. Okay, then we need a pip as well. Pip is basically the Python package manager that helps us to install all the external libraries and imports which we require in this project. Okay, so pip is also there. Now let's create our project folder. So we can do mkdir and we can write any project folder name. As I have already created it, so I'm going inside my project folder. Okay, now let's create a virtual environment. So as we know, like virtual environment basically creates an isolated Python environment for our projects. That means the libraries we install in the virtual environment that won't affect other Python projects on our computer. Okay. So how can we install it? So we can just do Python 3 minus m and this venv command. We can just create a virtual environment. I have already created it, so I am not executing this command. You can do it in your own machine, and once the virtual environment is created, we'll just need to activate it. For activation we can just use source venv and activate. Okay, now you see this venv appearing before the terminal prompt that tells us we are now working inside the virtual environment. Okay, so here I am using Ubuntu system and I am using CMD. I will be writing all the code here itself. If you are working with other operating system like Windows and Mac, you can achieve the same in that as well. And now let's create a requirement.txt file where we'll be mentioning all the required libraries to be installed and then we will install them. So this is my requirement.txt file. So these are the imports which are required in our project we are going to explain. So we can just create our requirement.txt and we can mention all the required libraries here, and then we can directly install all this library in one go. We can do pip install requirements. Okay, so for me it's going to say requirements already satisfied because I have already installed all those libraries, but for you it will take quite some time. And don't worry about these all the imports and libraries I have shown you. We'll cover all these imports in detail, why we are using it and what are the purposes of each and every import when we'll be explaining the code. And now we need to install the Ollama. Ollama, we know it basically help us to run the LLM model in our system locally. So if we are in Ubuntu or Linux system, we can use this command to install the Ollama. If we are working in Windows system, I will mention all those commands in the description of this video. You can go through with that and you can follow this step to install it in a Windows system as well. So we can execute this code. It will help us install the Ollama in our system. So as I have already installed it, you can do it in your own machine. And once Ollama is installed, we can just check using the version command and to see if Ollama is installed or not. See, Ollama version is available. That means Ollama has been installed in my system. Now Ollama is there. Now we need an LLM model, right? So we are going to pull the Llama 3.2 LLM model here. So we can use this command to install the LLM model in our machine. So once this is installed, we can just start our Ollama server. So we can do Ollama serve. You see, for me it's saying address already in use. That means I have already started this Ollama server. Okay, which is fine. So I can just check Ollama list. See, my server has been started already. Now, once your Ollama server is started, you need to go to the other terminal. You need to create a new terminal window and go to the same folder, your project folder. Okay, in this folder we can keep our files like the app.py file, that is a main file where we are writing all this code. The rag underscore dog.pdf is an input file here. So now let's start with the code. Now it's time to build it practically. In this video, we will create a complete PDF question answering application using Python, Ollama, LangChain, FastDB, and an open source LLM. And by the end of this video, you will know how to read any PDF using Python, convert the PDF into AI understandable embeddings, store those embeddings inside a vector database, search only the relevant information, and finally use an LLM to answer question based only on your PDF. Okay, and the best part of this video is like everything will be running locally on your own machine, and you don't need any paid API like OpenAI and all. And I will explain every single line of code, every import, every library, and why we are using it. So even if you are completely new to RAG or LangChain, you will be able to follow along. Okay, so let's start building our first RAG application from scratch. First of all, you will notice that almost every import in our project starts with the word LangChain, right? So what exactly it is? So simply put, LangChain is an open source framework that helps us build applications powered by large language models. So we can think of it as a toolkit. Just like a carpenter has different tools to build furniture, LangChain provides ready-made components to build LLM applications quickly and efficiently. LangChain provides reusable components for this task, so we can focus on building the application instead of writing everything from scratch. Okay, that's why we are using LangChain here. Now let's focus on all these imports. The very first thing our application needs is the ability to read PDF, right? A language model can't directly open a PDF file. If I simply give ChatGPT a PDF file stored on my laptop, it has no idea what inside it, right? So first we need something that opens the PDF and extract all the text. That's exactly what PyPDF loader does. So we can think of it like a translator. On one side it receives a PDF file, on the other side it gives us readable text. Without this loader, our program would not even know what is written inside the PDF. That's why this is the first step in every RAG application. And if I show you the PDF which I am going to use here, this is my PDF. Okay, so that is PyPDF loader for you. Now the second import is recursive character text splitter. So now imagine our PDF has 300 pages, right? Do you think we should send all 300 pages to the LLM every time someone asks a question? Definitely not. It would be extremely slow. It would consume a huge amount of memory as well, right? And most LLMs can't even process that much text in one request. So instead of sending one giant document, we divide it into smaller pieces. These pieces are called chunks. Okay, so this makes searching much faster and much more accurate. So instead of searching through the entire PDF, we only search inside these small chunks. Okay, now let's understand the third import, which is Hugging Face embedding. So as we know, like LLM can't understand plain text the way human do, right? It worked with numbers, not with the text. So before storing our PDF in a vector database like Face, we need to convert the text into a numerical representation. These numerical representations are called embeddings. So if you want to know more about embeddings, you can go through with my videos. I have created a couple of videos on LLM, you can go through with them. You can think of an embedding as a mathematical representation of the meaning of a sentence. The sentence like I love dogs and dogs are my favorite animals. These two have different words, right? But they express a similar meaning. So their embeddings vector will be close to each other in a vector space. Okay. And then why we are using Hugging Face here? Hugging Face provides actually many pre-trained embedding models that are already trained to convert text into high quality vectors. So instead of training our own embedding model, which would take a lot of time and data, we simply use one of these ready-made models. So that's why we are using Hugging Face embeddings model here. Now next is the phase, that is basically a vector database which we are using. So the embeddings, we are converting our PDF text into the embedding vector. We are saving that vector in this vector database which is a phase. So if I talk about phase, is basically is developed by Meta and is designed to perform extremely fast similarity searches on vector embeddings. So what does that mean? That means like once we convert our document chunks into embeddings as part of this import, we will store them in a phase, as I mentioned, right? Later when a user asks a question, phase quickly finds the most relevant chunks based on semantic similarity, and those chunks are passed to the LLM to generate the final answer. Now this Ollama LLM, okay. So as we know, like LLM is basically the large language model, which is the AI model responsible for understanding a question and generating a human-like response. Right. The important question is, where is our LLM running? So there is always two options. The first option is like we are using cloud-based APIs like OpenAI, where your request is sent over the internet. And the second is running an open source model locally on your own computer. So in this project, we are choosing the second option. That's where Olama comes in. So we can think of Olama as a software that lets us download and run powerful open source LLM model in our local, and we can use that model for our own purposes. So this Olama LLM basically it acts as a bridge between our Python application and LLM running inside Olama. So instead of communicating with an online API, our Python code talks directly to the local model to do Olama. So that's why Olama is getting used here. Now this retrieval QA. So retrieval QA is one of the most important components in a RAG application. As the name suggests, it combines two things, retrieval and question answering. Its job is very simple. First, it retrieves the most relevant information from our vector database. Then it sends only that information to the LLM to generate the final answer. So retrieval queue itself does not generate answer. Instead, it acts as a bridge between our vector database and the large language model. Okay, so these are the basic imports and libraries which we are using in these applications. Now let's go through with the code and we'll also see the output of each and every part, how our PDF is looking, how the data is getting divided into chunks, how the embedding looks like, right? All those things we'll see in this example. Let's look at the step 1, which is load PDF. So the first step is we need to load the PDF, right? Our input file. Here we are using this Spy PDF loader as we discussed. It's basically to read the text inside our PDF. And this load function is basically reads every page and stores it as a document object. And to verify that everything working correctly, let's print the total number of pages. And we are also printing the first page preview, how our data looks like. Okay. Then now the second step is split into chunks. So now as I have told you, like we will split the PDF into smaller chunks. 1000 is basically the chunk size, that is 1000 characters with an overlap of 200 characters. Overlap basically ensures that important context is not lost between consecutive chunks. Okay, so that is basically the split documents function is doing here. And we are printing the some of the intermediate output just to see how data is looking. Okay. It is embedding. So embedding, as I mentioned, like we are using Hugging Face embedding to, and this is the model name which we are using here. This is already a pre-trained model, so we are using this Hugging Face embedding to convert our text into a vector embeddings here. Okay, then we have this. We are creating a vector database, which is a phase. We are using phase here. Instead of storing plain text, phase stores the embedding vectors. The advantage is that it can perform extremely fast similarity searches, as I mentioned before. Okay. Then retrieval is responsible for finding the most relevant chunks for a user question. So here I am asking a sample question before even involving the LLM. Notice that the retriever searches the vector database and return only the most relevant section of the document. So this is the retrieval part of retrieval augmented generation, right? In RAG, this is the retrieval part. Now this load LLM. Now we load our large language model using Olama, as I mentioned. The LLM is the component that generates the final natural language answer. Until this point, we are only prepared and retrieved the relevant information. The LLM is what actually reads that information and produces a human-like response. Okay, so now create RAG pipeline. So this is where our complete RAG pipeline is created. So let's understand each parameter one by one. Okay. So the LLM is basically this tells LangChain which language model should generate the final answer. So here we are using Llama 3.2 model that we loaded just now. This one. Okay. This retriever is basically is something which we created from our face vector database. So if I show you, this is the retriever. Okay. And this stuff basically it tells LangChain how to pass the retrieved chunks to the language model. This stuff chain type is the simplest one. So it simply takes all the retrieved chunks, combines them into one prompt and sends them to the LLM. Okay, so that is basically to build a RAG pipeline here. Now this is a chat function. Here we are asking a question and user will ask a question and LLM will answer based upon the PDF. So LLM is now trained with the PDF which we have provided to it, and now based upon the PDF information, whenever we'll ask anything, then it should be able to answer it. Okay. So here when we call the RagChain.invoke, the entire RAG pipeline start working automatically. And here what's happened behind the scene, the user question is received, the retriever searches the fast vector database, the top matching chunks are retrieved, those chunks are sent to the Llama 3.2 model, the model reads the context and generates the final answer. So these are the steps basically. And finally, we print the generated answer here. The result key contains the response generated by the language model. So now let's see the practical example here. Let me go to my CMD or my terminal basically. I am working in Ubuntu, so I am running it here. So when I am running this Python 3 app.py, we'll be able to see each and every step, the output of each and every step. So it will be more clearer to us how this RAG application is working step by step and how we are able to query the RAG and it will be able to answer based upon the PDF which we have provided to it. So let it run it. Okay, see. So I bought it load PDF. So if you see, we have total 6 pages in our PDF and this is the first page preview here. Okay, I think that is clear. Now step 2 is split document. Now we are splitting the document into chunks. So if you see, total 6 chunks has been created and this is the first chunks output. Now third step, when I mentioned that load embedding model. Now the text is getting converted into vector embedding. Okay, this is the dimension of the embedding which has been created, and here we are printing the first 10 values of the embedding. So the embedding vector looks like this, and we are storing this embedding into the vector database. So there are 6 total chunks which has been stored in vector database. Okay, now we are creating the retriever, that entire pipeline. We have loaded the LLM, successfully loaded. Now we can ask any question. So if I ask how many annual leaves are provided, so if you see here, when we ask how many annual leaves are provided, the answer is like according to the context, the annual leaves are provided for 24 days, right? So it is able to answer the query. So this RAG application based upon the PDF which we have provided. If I show you the PDF, how many leaves are mentioned there? See, annual leaves 24 days. So that's it basically. Like we have successfully built a complete RAG application from scratch. So in this project, basically we have learned how to read a PDF using Python, split the document into smaller chunks, convert those chunks into vector embeddings, store them in a fast vector database, retrieve the most relevant information based on the user question, and finally use the Llama 3.2 model through Ollama to generate accurate answer. Now you can ask any question related to your PDF, and instead of guessing, the LLM first retrieve the relevant information and then generate the answer. That's exactly why RAG is much more reliable than using an LLM alone. So that's it from this video. If you need any help, if you need any guidance, if you need anything, please drop a comment. I will be able to answer anything you ask. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel, because we will be building many more real world AI and LLM projects together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.